Obedience is better than sacrifice.
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 Mama, Papa, where your PVC?
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Brother, sister, show me your PVC.
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
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 Mama, Papa, where your PVC?
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Brother, sister, show me your PVC.
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Obi get ability, carry go. Obi get this, carry go. Say forward ever, backward never. Get your BBC, they give them waka. Ahead, yo, follow Obi go. Anywhere you dey, follow am go. Mama, Papa, get your BBC. Brother, sister, make we start activity. Iyelele, na beat Obi. Morning, noon, and night, Obi, Obi. Get your BBC, Obi. If not to make a choice, I wanna beat Obi. Ebelebe, bola, everywhere na beat Obi. Ebelebe, bola, everywhere na beat Obi. Kowara yaka, koporo yaka, kowara yegu. We a masara wa, we a masara pi. Joku, matoku. Obedience is better than sacrifice.
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 Mama, Papa, where your PVC?
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Brother, sister, show me your PVC.
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
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 Mama, Papa, where your PVC?
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Brother, sister, show me your PVC.
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Kererenke, Obi, Kowara yaka, koporo yaka, kowara yegu. We a masara wa, we a masara pi. Joku, matoku,
Hey guys, hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all. From wherever it is you're going to be joining me from today, thank you all so much for doing this with me. My name is Kachi, and once again, I know you guys are expecting Ima, right? But I'm going to be filling in for the moment. Thank you all so much for doing this with me. I appreciate every single one of you. God bless you all. Thank you so much. And to our lovely viewers viewing us from all over the globe, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for doing this with me. And to the wonderful people in the comment section, like I always say, you guys make the comment section always interesting. So thank you so much, guys, for doing this with me. I appreciate every single one of you. God bless you all. I beg, it's not Ima, it's Kachi, guys. It's Kachi, not Ima today. Thank you all so much. I'm going to take time out to acknowledge the wonderful people in the comment section, but I welcome you guys onto the newspaper headline reviews for today, the 20th of September, 2022. Thank you all so much, guys, once again for doing this with me. I appreciate you all. I can see Johnson Emmanuel right down the comment section. Thank you, Johnson. Good morning for always doing this, always doing this with us. You're always in the morning and evening shows. Thank you so much, Johnson Emmanuel. I can see Favor Faith. Good morning to you, Favor. Thank you so much for doing this. Osai Bovo Okon Guy. Good morning to you. I can see Mr. Kennedy right there. Good morning to you, Mr. Kennedy. Thank you for joining me today. I can see Osage Daddy. Good morning. Thank you, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you so much, Mommy, for always doing this with us. God bless you. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate every single one of you. I can see Mary Kimade right there. Good morning to you all, afternoon and evening to you all from wherever it is you're joining us from today. I can see Emmanuel Obasan. Good morning to you, Emmanuel. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Guys, please do not forget to like and share this broadcast if you are yet to do so. Like we always say, liking and sharing our broadcast simply means that you want our voices to be heard. It simply means that you want YouTube to keep suggesting our videos to more people. So, guys, please help us to like and share this broadcast. Thank you all so much, and God bless you all. Okay, guys, you know how we do it. The link is already pasted right there on the comment section. All you have to do is click on it, and I'll have it right here with me on screen for us to discuss, for us to talk about the newspaper headlines today. So click on that link and I have it right here with me on screen. Do not forget to like and share, guys. And like I said before, please support us by using the dollar sign to the right of the comment section. Please, please, and please support us by using the dollar sign to the right on the comment section to support what we do here. We cannot overemphasize on that because trust me, guys, a lot of time, energy, effort goes into making this a reality every single day, back to back, 7 days a week. Not easy, not be beat. So, guys, please continuously support us. Thank you all so much for the love, for the encouragement and support. God bless you. I can see James Morgan right there is also in the comment section. Thank you, James Morgan. Good afternoon to you from your own location. Thank you. Okay, guys, let's just go straight into what we're going to be talking about today. We have five different newspaper headlines that we're going to be reviewing together, guys. So join me as we do that together. The first one I'm going to be sharing with you all is from Daily Trust newspaper. And it says here, ASUU strike, federal government under pressure as students ground Lagos airport. Federal government considers to pay Federal government considers pay rise for workers over inflation. Okay, and the 2023 campaigns, Lawan Baja Jega Kuka caution against hate speech. Queen Elizabeth funeral tested to brotherhood amongst nations. Bandits kill 4 children, abduct 16 others in fresh Niger attack. Oh my God. But what I'm really looking at right here, guys, is the ASU strike. The federal government automatically or all of a sudden are under pressure as student ground Lagos airport. Does it have to always get to this kind of thing before the government reacts? Does it always have to get to this length? Because I want to believe some of us saw the video yesterday of the student, right? We talked about it on our newspaper headline review yesterday of the student, blocking the airport. It was terrible. There was traffic jam everywhere. Those who are going, those who are coming, nobody was moving. It was a standstill. And we heard that their next stop is the Apapa port. Apapa port is the next place they are going to be blocking and protesting because of the ASU strike. Come on, guys. These guys have been home since February 14th. This is 8 months plus and still counting. It is terrible. I don't know why it always has to result to things like this before the government react. Come on. Do you think if their kids are in these schools, they would do such a thing? Do you think they wouldn't have tried to resolve the issue? Let's not forget that in 2014, when Buhari was, going around and trying to campaign for the presidency for 2015, he talked about strike and he was like, oh my God, why would students be at home? Why would students do this? Why would students do that? So it's so unfortunate, right, that when it's now his turn, something like this is happening and nobody is actually saying anything. And when it was brought to his notice, he said he didn't even know. He didn't even know that ASU is on strike. Like, I do not even understand. Is that even possible? Is that even possible, guys? It's unfortunate. Anyways, we're going to go straight to the next newspaper headline we have for you today, which is the Tribune newspaper, guys. Tribune newspaper. It says here that the reps raise alarm over plot to sink Nigeria through fuel subsidy. ASU again, ASU strikes, student protest ground activities at Lagos airport. We've already said that before. The blockage and everything, it is terrible, guys. What leaders witnessed Queen Elizabeth grand burial? Okay, I'm going to be sticking to the part that says that reps raise alarm over plot to sink Nigeria through fuel subsidy. Through fuel subsidy. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's just unfortunate. So NDLA bust cocaine warehouse, seized over 193 billion naira worth of drugs in a warehouse in Ikorodu. That is a lot of drugs. That is a lot of tons of drugs. For it to amount to 193 billion naira. That is a whole lot. So the question is, how did they even get there in the first place? How were they able to smuggle that amount of drugs there in the first place? And let's talk about the fuel subsidy. As the reps are, get alarming, saying that they plan to stick Nigeria through fuel subsidy. I do not really understand it, and I would really like to hear from you guys what you think about that. I can remember yesterday one of our panelists said that, oh, the students going to protest at the airport is rather too late. Well, I think this their protest was a talk of town yesterday, because it was all over social media. People saw how they blocked everywhere, and they said the next stop is going to be a Papa Port. They are going to block a Papa Port. So only God knows what's going to happen if they succeed to get there. Okay, that being said, guys, we're going to go straight to the next paper I have for you today, which is the Guardian newspaper, guys. The Guardian newspaper for today, and it says here, payment of fuel subsidy is an organized crime, says Obi. Do you guys agree with this? That the payment of fuel subsidy is an organized crime, says Obi. Tribute, tears, prayers, what beats Queen Elizabeth goodbye. INEC fault claims it failed to register 7 million voters. Relocate communities urgently over flooding, Neymar wants. So, guys, I'm going to be sticking to the part that says that payment of fuel subsidy is an organized crime, says Obi. Do you guys also share the same views on this? That being said, we're just going to go straight to the other newspaper we have for today. That's the Daily Times newspaper, guys. The Daily Times newspaper says that the federal government to review minimum wage, says the Gigi. But why now? Why now? Why do they plan to reduce minimum wage at this point in time? Why now? Or did I say reduce? Review minimum wage, says Ngigi, at this point in time. Why now? Why now? Court rules on ASUU strike tomorrow. Buhari to launch Nigeria's integrated national financing framework in New York. 2023, Nigerian wants leaders they can trust. That's Kuka speaking right now. Oh my God, this is it's just so much. It's just too much. The federal government to review minimum wage, says Ngige. Okay, the question on everybody's lips is why now? Why now? Why are they trying to review the minimum wage at this point in time? Let's move straight to the next one, guys. We have here is the Punch newspaper. Don't forget today is the 20th day of September 2022. World leaders over 4 billion audience bid farewell. I think that's the Queen Elizabeth bid farewell. Over 4 million billion audience bid farewell. Oh my God. Student target a Papa Port after airport road blockage. This is a whole lot. Buhari to launch 2 SDG finance framework. NDLA seizes 194 billion cocaine. I think we already said that already. 194 billion of cocaine in Lagos warehouse, and arrested 5 people. 5 people prior to that. Okay, that will be all the newspaper headlines I'm going to be sharing with you guys. But I just want to pick 2 things out that I would really like us to talk about, which is the ASUU strike. They're saying that the federal government right now is under pressure simply because the blockade at the airport, and now students plan to block the Apapa port. Does it always have to get to this point before the federal government, react and things like that? I want us to talk about that, and I also want us to talk about what Obi said, saying that payment of fuel subsidy is an organized crime. I would really like us to talk about those 2 things, guys. Thank you all so much once again for doing this. God bless every single one of you. I appreciate you guys. The link is also right there on the comment section in case you want to join me, in case you want to talk about this. Click on it, and I have it right here with me on screen. Thank you so much. I bless, I thank every single one of you. God bless you. Okay, guys, let's move straight to Mr. Kennedy. I can see Mr. Kennedy is right here with us on the comment. Thank you, Mr. Kennedy, for joining us today. I appreciate you guys. Um, Mr. Kennedy, please, you have the floor. Please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, Miss Kachi. I wrote on the comment section that both you and Iman, you are amazingly beautiful. I have to
Thank
thank
you.
God that created both of you. Everyone will want to join your program.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let me say, let me send my greetings to my co-panelists here and those people watching all over the world. The two issues you want us to talk about. First of all, let me talk about the student blocking the airport road or close to the airport. I'm lucky I was able to escape that because I just came back like 4 days ago. So, but I would want to say that it's better late than never. It is getting too late. I had expected the students to do the needful all along. The students are becoming very docile these days. They are not behaving like the students we used to be. Then I've said in this program, when Babangida was there, we were student. I was student of Auchi Polytechnic. We rallied on the old Auchi Okene Abuja Road, and all the students nationwide. We went out for protest, and Babangida did the needful immediately. Now the students they are so quiet. They don't behave like students anymore. National Association of Nigeria Students Association have all they have to go to the airport, or their next stop would be at the port authority or whatever. It's getting too late. If do you know that the children of these our useless leaders are not in schools anymore? But you just have to less than a month before the road protest. You have to protest, hold the country to ransom, make sure they do what you to school. A year is gone now. 7 months is about a year because academic year is about to end.
Okay, I think we lost Mr. Kennedy right there. I was even struggling myself to hear him. Guys, we still have space on the screen. If you would like to join us here, please do not hesitate to click the link on the comment section, and I have it right here with me on screen. Please do not forget to like and share this broadcast. If you are just joining us, help us to like and share. Please, guys, thank you all so much. I appreciate you all. And if you're new here, you're yet to subscribe to our platform, guys, help us to subscribe. And after doing that, hit the notification bell so you can always be notified whenever we come on air like this. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you guys. God bless you all. I can say we have more people joining us right here on the comment section. I'm going to take time out to just acknowledge more people right there before I move straight to the panel. I can see James Morgan right here. James Morgan, thank you so much for joining me. Tony South, I see you too right there. Thank you so much. Mr. Simon, I always find it difficult to pronounce your surname, but Mr. Simon, thank you so much for doing this with me today. I appreciate you all. God bless you guys. Thank you all so much. I can see Samuel Olaka right there in the building. Samuel Olaka, thank you so much for joining me. Emmanuel Obasoha, Udoka Joy Alozi, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you guys. God bless every single one of you. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Mr. Marky Raboy is right there. Thank you guys so much for doing this with me. God bless you. Thank you so much. Okay, guys. Mr. Kennedy, you're back. Are you ready to speak now, please? Mr. Kennedy. Okay, if Mr. Kennedy is not ready, well, I'm just going to go straight to 115. 115, good morning to you. Thank you for joining me today. 115. Are you there, please?
Yeah, good morning, Kechi. How are you
Ha,
doing?
brand nice. Brand nice. I know it's brand nice. I know it's brand nice. Brand nice. Ogini Kwan, why you always changing your name on this screen? Biko Kwan?
You just write finish this woman. Hey, oh wow.
Oh yeah, please go ahead and make a contribution. Thank you for joining me today. Please go ahead.
Thanks for having me. I wanted to say hi to Mr. Kennedy. It be like say village people follow Kennedy, go come back to Japan. they don't allow they don't allow Mr. Kennedy network work again since he came back from Nigeria. Oh, so Miss Kechi, where is Miss Ima? How's she doing?
This is Miss Kachi and Mrs. Ima. She's just a little bit under the weather and she'll be back pretty soon. But for now, we're gonna manage me like that. I beg. Thank you.
No problem. Please, can you alert me about the topic because I was not here when you started.
Okay, that's fine. We talked up we spoke about five different newspaper headlines today, but there's two things I really want us to talk about, right? Which is the ASU strike and also what Obi said about the fuel subsidy. That is, it is an organized crime that even the reps even raised an alarm saying that the fuel subsidy is just a means to sink Nigeria down. And Obi also said that the subsidy is an organized crime. I want us to talk about that if you agree with what he said. And I want us to talk about the ASU strike. Remember on our newspaper headline review yesterday, we talked about how the students are going to block the international airports, no going out and no coming in. That actually happened yesterday, and the video went viral all over social media. And now they're saying their next stop is their Papa port. So I want us to talk about that because some people are saying, "Oh, it's coming late. Why did they have to wait up until now to do this and all of that?" So those are the two major things I would really want us to touch on today, basically. Thank you.
All right, thank you so very much. Let me start from the ASU. This ASU, I don't know if their priority is to go to the airport. Airport is not the right place to go. The right place to go is Assembly National. That is where they're supposed to go, or the State House. That is where they're supposed to go. Or if
You
it's
don't
possible,
think
they can.
going to the Apapa port will stop a lot? Because I mean,
Is
that's where they
not
clear goods
that
and
is
all
not
of
the
that.
is not the right place for them to stage a protest. The right place to stage a protest is the State House, House of Assembly, Senate, and if it's possible, ASUU Rock. That is where they're supposed to stage. I don't know why they would just leave the right place. They are going where the government will not even answer them. Those are not the place they're supposed to go to stage at this thing, not the airport. They're going to the airport. They are just going there just to cause this thing, a traffic for people that is coming from maybe they are coming people that is coming from a foreign country. Those are the people they are going to disturb, not the politician, not the government. If you really want the government to hear your voice or to hear your plight, the right place they're supposed to go is the State House, House of Assembly. Those are the places they're supposed to go. Going to the airport, going to the this thing, to the seaport, those are just the wasting of time, So they should just re-strategize again and know the right place, direct themselves to the right place where they're supposed to do this thing. And secondly, I thought this ASUU issue were already resolved by the federal government. It's not resolved yet. But I heard from the news that they said federal government were trying to resolve the issue, that federal government met with them. I don't understand. All those people, I don't even understand our government. So all those money they are sending to different country now, they don't have that money to give to ASUU to resolve this issue. But they prefer to send it to Sudan, send it to Afghanistan, send to Niger. But they don't have that money to give to. They say charity begins at home, but our government, charity begins from outside. That is our government. You understand? I just hope that very soon all this nonsense will stop, because this our government one is getting out of hand. You understand? The things that give me joy that Buhari government, this administration, very soon their tenure will be expired. So I don't need to crack my head so much for that. And what was the other second, the second one you were talking about?
The fuel subsidy.
Subsidy issue. We talked about the subsidy issue before.
Yes, but Obi is saying it's an organized crime. Do you agree with him? If yes, give me your reasons why you agree with him, and if no, I would like to know why you say no.
I would not say I agree with him. I would not say yes, because that subsidy, it has its advantage and disadvantage. You understand? So, but the last time I kick against it, I was not with that subsidy issue, because if you really have a government that is working, all those subsidy issues, for me, all those things they are scam anyway. So calling it organized crime, I don't know about that. You understand? Those are just it's because we don't have the right government in power. You understand? If we have the right government, all those subsidy issues, we not even hear about it. In this place, how long have you heard of in this Western world here? You will not hear all those kind of things you hear in Nigeria, subsidies. Government don't have time for that, because they have already regulated all those things. They don't have time for all those things. Yeah? When government need money from people, they will go and talk about subsidy. Yeah? They always try to introduce every means to take money from Nigerians. That is where you heard of all the subsidy. Sometimes they will take it out, sometimes they will bring it back, because those are strategy to extract money from Nigerians. So that's just for that for now. I will leave it there. Mr. Kennedy, are you back?
Mr. Kennedy is back. Thank you so much, Brian Knight, for that amazing contribution right there. Okay, guys, yesterday nobody super chatted me. Oh, me, I don't know whether because it's not Ima that is here. That's why you guys are just looking at me with one kind eye. Me, I'm looking at you people. You guys should use the dollar sign on the comment section to support what we do here. Now, I did beg. Thank you so much, and God bless you. I can see we have more people on the comment section. I can see more Favor. Thank you so much. Innocent Orca is also right here with us. And Sir Francis, I see you. Thank you so much, guys, for doing this with us. I can see Mikey Rabo right there on the comment. Thank you, guys. Tony South, I see you and I greet you specially, Tony South. Thank you so much for doing this. I appreciate you guys. Mr. Kennedy, please. I don't know if you're ready for us now.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm sorry for that glitches. Anyway, Mr. and brother Nice, I'm here. There are no village people following me. It's just there's typhoon. There's typhoon in Japan, and I think that is where the problem is coming from. But anyway, how you doing, my brother?
Yeah, welcome, sir. The last time I
Thank,
was trying to say hi to you. Yeah.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me finish my submission. Like as I was saying before the interruption, the ASUU issue, the students, I think they have delayed so much that they are not even very important again. But if they want to make themselves very important, they have to, sustain the action they are taking now. They should move from the airport to the seaport or to the airport port authority and move to everywhere and make sure the government resolves this crisis because it's taking too long. The one brother Nice was talking about that he thought the government had resolved the issue. The government were trying to kind of bribe some of the ASU people by trying to raise their pay. Some of them to raise their pay, and they said they should go. The government should go to hell with their pay raise and do what they are asking for. That the government is not. I don't think they are interested in doing the needful. But I think what the students are doing now, I think we attract more voices to their plight or to the ASU's plight and the students' plight, and the government has to do the needful. Secondly, the issue of subsidy. It's not just because Peter Obi has said is an organized crime. Actually, a lot of people have said that is a kind of organized syndicate because the number of petroleum or whatever, the liters that is being consumed in Nigeria is not known. And during the campaign in 2014, 2015, if you go back to records, you see that Buhari himself said subsidy is a scam. He has said it's a scam, and that he was going to abolish subsidy when it comes to power. But 7 years and still counting, he is still paying the subsidy. Who are they paying the subsidies to? If you listen to a lot of news platform, people have been asking, who are the people benefiting from this subsidy? Who are the companies that are registered with the federal government that are receiving this subsidy? And they are saying that Nigeria is losing a lot of liters every day, losing more than 1 million liters or whatever every day. To who? And who records the loss? And how did they know that such an amount of petrol or petroleum is being stolen every day? Who records it? And who are the people that know that these petroleum are being stolen and are not stopping the processes of the leakage? So you can see that if Peter Obi said, the petroleum subsidy is organized crime, I think he might not be far from the truth, because it's very opaque. We don't know who these subsidies are being paid to, who is taking this petroleum, where the petroleum. Because some people have already said that even to our neighboring countries, they sell this our gasoline to our neighboring countries at a very cheaper prices. And how do they pass through the border? So everything, to me, everything is actually a scam. I think I would like to stop there for now. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Kennedy, for shedding more light on that. Thank you. God bless you for doing this with us. I can see Mr. Vine Maxwell is also right here with us on the comment section. Thank you so much. Let me just quickly read out what Samuel Olaka said, saying subsidy is an organized crime perpetrated by APC and PDP. The structures of criminality, go and verify. Is it now that National Assembly is realizing what they are a part of? Okay, thank you so much, Samuel Alaka, for that contribution right there. I'm going to go straight to the next person I have here with me, which is Mr. Tu Ninja. But before I do that, guys, help us to like and share this broadcast. To like and share is actually free, guys. You don't have to pay to do that. So help us to like and share, please, so our voices can be heard. Thank you so much, and God bless you. I see Olim Matthias right there. Good evening to you, morning and afternoon. Thank you for joining me. Mr. Tu Ninja, please, you have the floor.
Yeah, good morning, Kachia, and greetings to everyone on the panel and the chat and the viewers. I hope Ima gets better soon. Nobody wants anybody to be ill in these times. Regarding this, I think it was a student strike. I think I support any strike the students do, and to be fair, they should have happened before now, way before now. They should be going on strike in this type of protest a week already. Like, why am I being deprived of education in the country? And one other thing I would like them to keep in mind when they are doing these things, they should be highlighting both sides. And they were doing it before. I don't know whether they are doing it now. The students were blaming both sides, ASUU and the federal government. Because the truth is, both these two sides have been conning people forever, and they've been robbing poor people's children from going to universities. And I think anybody that believes in justice in this country should keep an eye on the true victims here. The true victims are children of poor people. They are the ones that cannot go to university. The children of middle class and richer people, they are all in private universities. So when we pretend as if we care about these students, while we are fighting for ASUU, that is also prolonging the strike, we should remember the true victims. Because the true victims don't care. They know the standard of education in Nigeria. They want to go to school. They would rather go to school for something than just sit at home for nothing. And when they strike, they should be blaming both sides, because ASUU itself, look at now, they are talking about 25% increase in wages, and they are just putting it in the face of the government. Like, we don't need that, give us more. And you forget that even in this country I live in right now, since 2008, the public sector workers have barely gotten 1% pay rise. And that's including in what they call it, inflation and all the rest. They too go on strike, but they go on strike for a day or two and are back to work. That's it. But you can't paralyze the whole country. When you paralyze the whole country, in the case of the UK, then the situation will going to get worse. Then the government is less likely to be able to pay. Like the way we talk about in Nigeria, we know it already, and at the same time we pretend as if we don't hear about it when they talk about it. Like we're talking about just the other that Nigeria could not pay its national debt anymore. We could not service our debt anymore. That the money we are using to pay for debt is more than the income of the country. So where should the government get the money to pay for all this ASUU and all the rest we are talking about? How is it that we forget these things so quickly? And this is why I wonder sometimes whether our people, we really think things clearly. Because we were just talking about the government couldn't pay its debt. So if they cannot pay the debt, it means all the money the government has is already spent it on paying for debt and the services that we have for this year. The way is also expecting government to get more money or to go and borrow more money to pay them so that they can be agreed to go on strike in a country that is almost bankrupt. This is what makes it immoral, what both sides are doing. I believe that the students, I support them, they are the true victims here. They have a right to strike and block any road they want to, really. ASUU Rock, House of Assembly, ASUU headquarters. In short, don't let them do. In short, find those lecturers that are going to private universities, the ones that have students in private universities, the ones that teach there, the ones that are teaching, having their children over. Find them too, because nobody's calling them out for what they are doing. Even their fellow lecturers are telling them, "Let's get back to work." They insist. It's as if it's a war. This is not a war. It's a country. It's a country with people that are not going to school for almost a year now. You can't be that irresponsible. I keep repeating it. The only morality that you have in public life is for the greater good. Sitting at home for 8 months is not for the greater good. You are killing the country's education system. You are definitely killing it. No way you can argue in hell that staying at home for 8 months is good. No way the government can say staying at home in 8 months is good. Why are both sides not doing anything about it? If those students, if there's any people that you can support in the country, people should support them to do whatever they need to do. I don't know what they need to do next, and I think they should be getting creative. What they did yesterday is a good one. Disrupt Apapa. Next time, go and disrupt. Find way. If you have to block Buhari's this in a car from traveling, you block it. If you have to embarrass the VC or the person in charge of ASUU, you embarrass them. Find a way, because these people they have wrecked the lives of these young people. I can't even imagine. I wasn't there when they were doing before I joined university in Nigeria. There were strikes going on, but because of that, I didn't even go to university in Nigeria. I had to go to university overseas, because the system was always up and down, up. This has been going on for 40 years. The university people, you know what they call them, all these lecturers, comrades. In other words, they are running a kind of socialist system in a capitalist state, and you are at war with the government and leaving the people in the middle to suffer, which are your primary charge. Your research is not your primary charge. Your politics is not your primary charge. Your primary charge are the students. Just like a doctor's primary charge are the patients. And they've left the children to suffer for decades. While the primary charge of doctors, the doctors go on and they return. They go back to their job. I don't even know what that.
Let me get this straight. Are you blaming the ASUU for striking, or you're blaming the government for not keeping to the agreements that they had? Because I'm trying to understand.
At this stage, I blame ASUU more. You know why? Because other private sector too, the government violates rules all the time, and they violate the rules against government, but they don't abandon their primary charge. You have to think about the country you are in, because it's not people like to say the government has money and the country is very, very, very. This country, there was a time we were rich when we were making oil ourselves, where we can make profit like the kind of profit Saudi Arabia is making. But now, because the system is so corrupt, our people have sold us out. Every time we sell oil, get oil out of the ground now, we half or 80% of the money is stolen and put into Western Bank. And then we use the money, little money that we make, we use to buy petrol. bring it to the country. So in other words, the oil we are making from the ground, we are not making money. We are actually losing money. That is what is happening. So
But isn't it the same government who lend helping hands to like other countries and things like that? If the country were to be so broke, do you think they should be doing things like that instead of sorting out the immediate issue that they have in the country?
that's true. I think you're right there. The governments, our own government, have sold us out. They cannibalize our system to favor other people, and they refuse to do anything about it. That you are right, and I believe these lecturers know this too. If they know this, then why do you leave the things to? Why do you? Because personally, if I was the one doing this, I would say, okay, yeah, I know the government have been compromised. We need to find a way to heal this. Find a way to take back the government from
Other
the
ways,
these
what
people.
other ways do you think that, what other ways do you think ASU can actually express this? Because like you said, this has been
Okay,
going on for God knows how long. Apart from striking, what other ways do you think they can do it? Because
take
me
them
and
to
you,
court.
we watch the news, we see what is going on every single time. How they are donating money, how they donated $1 million to the Taliban group in Afghanistan and things like that. We see these things every single time. So, what other ways, what other measures do you think ASU can put in place to avoid this striking and all of this? You said take the federal government to court.
Yeah, take federal government to court. That's one of them. And if you go on strike for a week and return because the students still need to go to school. And there are other ways like they too can protest. Why is it only students to protest? They too can protest and go to the House of Assemblies and make their case there. Or they make the case to the people and say, don't support this guy, this man, because it's not good for education. Like someone like Peter Obi now that is very known to negotiate with ASU very well. You support people like that and say, vote for this guy because he is good for ASU. He's good for education and all the rest. But
Okay.
two wrongs do not make a right. You can't leave your charge to flounder the future generation. We know for well parents that are poor, it doesn't mean that they don't send their children to school. They sometimes they suffer, they sell their wrapper, they sell whatever, they sell their land to send their children to school. And when the children go into school, then the children will be grateful that the parents did that for them. And you see the children take care of the parents very well. Maybe if ASU for the last 40 years spent.
But Mr. Tunanja, we've heard about a lot of recovered loot, how they recovered this money, that money, and things like that. Don't you think that this strike would even pressure the government if they actually do value education? Is it not supposed to pressure the government to go after those looters, recover the money, and do the needful? Because I don't seem to understand why you're supporting the government over ASU. I
I'm
really
not
would like
supporting
to know.
government. I'm not supporting government. I'm
But
saying
that is how it sounds.
yeah, it sounds that way because nobody is going after us for what they should be doing. Because
Okay.
okay, how is it fair for a soldier to be dying every day to protect those ASU lecturers while the soldiers' children sitting at home because of ASU is striking because they are not getting as much money as the soldier. The soldier is even getting less money that died with their own life. And then the ASU lecturer feels that it's okay for them to go. How about the doctor too? How about the lawyer?
Okay.
The lawyer
Okay.
every Nigerian is underpaid. Let's face
Okay.
it.
Okay. Let's move straight to the next thing we're going to be the next thing I asked for today, which is the fuel subsidy. Do you think it's an organized crime?
The fuel subsidy, I think what Peter Obi probably meant was that there are elements of organized crime in there, maybe 20% or so. Because if it was just pure organized crime, then when they take away the subsidy, the fuel price shouldn't go up, should it? It shouldn't go up at all. But if you take away the fuel subsidies, the fuel price will go up, will shoot up. And secondly, the fact that when we drill our crude oil from the ground, our refineries are not working, we send crude oil overseas. The little change that we get from there, we have to use it to buy petrol that is very expensive, way more expensive than it is in Nigeria. So how do you think that happens? Somewhere along the line, the fuel price comes down when it gets inside Nigeria. So it's not totally a scam, but some people are taking that petrol that is coming into the country and going to sell it in neighboring countries, making huge profits. We are talking about, even if it's 20% that is being stolen like that, that is a huge amount of money. We're talking about in the billions of dollars here. So that is what Peter Obi means. Because, and this is why word precision matters. Because when you use the term fuel subsidy is a scam, it makes it look like all this while, all the money we have been spending on subsidy is being wasted. It's not being wasted, because if you think it's, if you just do the maths, you will see that that's where it's coming from. Because petrol itself in the UK is about how much? If I put it, more than 700 to 1,000 naira per liter. In Nigeria, is about 190 something at most. So you can see that petrol is a lot cheaper in Nigeria because of the subsidies keeping it down, so that they don't make its life even harder. So I think what Peter Obi meant was that there is a lot of people stealing money, just like they do with crude oil too. They steal money, they steal raw crude oil. So why would they not steal petrol? Every aspect of Nigeria, they are stealing money. And that's the thing. The thing about elites is that elites gang up among themselves, and then they hemorrhage money and wealth from the poorer people. That's what they do. And this type of money that they steal is real. And the worst thing about it is that when they steal this money and go and sell it, it's in dollars. They get money in dollars. And they don't bring it back inside the country. They will send it overseas. That is where the real damage is. If all this money is coming back into our country, we will not be suffering as much as we are suffering right now. And that's why I think it's a good idea to remove the fuel subsidies and move it to something that is tied to assets on the ground. You swap fuel subsidies, half of the fuel subsidies for this in power supply. Use that to invest in this in power supply and make people's bills a bit less. That will be tied to something tangible.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Ninja, for that contribution right there. But I do not know what the governments are doing. You know, we keep saying they are broke. The government, they are broke. The country is broke. Blah blah blah, and all that. But when it comes to things that are beneficial to them, somehow, money will just appear, because I really do not understand. Anyways, I'm going to go straight to the next person I have here for today. But guys, please help us to like and share this broadcast if you're yet to do so. Please like and share, and also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can always be notified whenever we come on air like this. There's a dollar sign to the right on the comment section. Oh, in case you don't forget, there's a dollar sign to the right on the comment section. Make gonna help us click that dollar sign and support what we do here. Thank you all so much, and God bless you all. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate every single one of you. I can see we have more people right there on the comment section. Thanks to you all. I see you guys. Thank you. Innocent Okam, Mr. Michael is also right here. Thanks to all of you. I see you guys. Thank you so much. Larry is also right there too. Thank you so much. Silvana Sanyi is right here. Thank you so much for doing this. God bless every single one of you. Let's move straight to the next person here, please. Mr. Vine Maxwell. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Sister Kachi. I must say that you look beautiful today. God bless you.
God
And
bless you.
God bless all our listeners and those in the my co-panelists. I would just like to go straight to the subsidy. Let me start from there. Sister Kachi, is Nigerians paying subsidy at all? When the price per liter of petrol was 65 or 67 or 68 naira, they said they were paying subsidy. It was taken by, I think, Goodluck Jonathan to 120 or 140, heaven let loose, and it was advised. The campaign that time was that they are gradually removing subsidy. They now reduced it to 97 or thereabout. Was subsidy not partly removed that time? Today, Nigerians are buying per liter. In some places, like in Abia State, I think 186 per liter. Official, where is the subsidy? If from 1999, from Goodluck's era down to this APC regime, price of petrol per liter has been subsequently on the increase. Where are the subsidies that they are paying on it? Because I can't get it. If you increase something from the original price, are you not removing subsidy from it? Part of the subsidy that we are paying today. And when you look at it now, my people, you see that this particular government is in fact the government that has paid the highest subsidy in trillions. In trillions. Where are the subsidy? Where are the evidences of this subsidy that have been paid by the government? This is what I want to know, because I need someone to educate me where the subsidies are being paid, who are collecting the subsidies. In my own opinion, I don't think that Nigerians, the government, is paying subsidy. For me, it is a scam. It is I call it bureaucratic scam that is there. There are people that are, when this government wanted to come to power, what were they talking about? That they are going to cancel subsidy. When they came in, they are now the highest payers of subsidy. Who are benefiting from it? If the federal government is not benefiting from it, if some of them are not benefiting from it, why can't they just close their eyes and remove the subsidy? For me, these people, I don't believe them anymore. They are just there making Nigerians to go through hell. Imagine, number 6 in the world, highest producer of crude oil, 4 refineries lying there in comatose. You cannot refine. You pay for sending the crude oil out. You pay also for bringing the refined product out. Is that a government? Is that a government that you should be proud of? For me, Sister Kachi, they are not paying no subsidy. It is an avenue that is created by this element, those cabals, to swindle Nigeria. We have heard before in the past where oil, OIC is oil, is it IOC, is it International Oil Marketers or so, were collecting double vouchers on products that are not delivered. How many of them were prosecuted? How much was recovered? The National Assembly probed, series of probes within that period. Where are the end result of those probes? It is a means of, flexing Nigerians more. That is what they are doing. That's where I will leave it. And I believe that Nigerians are looking at what is happening and they will make their choices when the time comes. Then, going to ASUU strike. You see, when people say the government has no money, look, you have no money and you are going out there, just like you said, supporting other governments, buying, Porsche or luxurious vehicles to support them, that you are supporting their security, whereas your own house is on fire. You went to Afghanistan, you give them $1 million or so. If you have given that money, put your house in order, let your house get that sign of relief, especially the ASUU. Give them that $1 million. And let's see how far it will take them. And remember that this government entered into agreement with ASUU. Because they are lawless, they don't keep to agreements. That is why they are doing what they are doing. I am not blaming ASUU for what they are doing. Like they say, when 2 elephants fight, the grass will suffer. Yes, that is what is going on. And I want these guys, these youths, they call the future, the leaders of tomorrow, and you cannot provide them an enabling environment to study. Tell me if the executive, Kachi, has failed in receiving their salary at the end of the month. The legislature, the national, all of them, has their salary been delayed for 1 day at the end of the month? Is it not the same people that have the right for check and balances that will withhold a national budget if constituency projects are not passed? Is it not the same people? Why can't they withhold the same budget if ASUs are not taken care of? Why? Nigerians are running away from Nigeria, coming to places like Cotonou, Togo, Ghana to even enroll their children in secondary school just to acquire knowledge because those that saddled with the mantle of providing them education has failed in one way or the other. There is no government. The government you have in Nigeria is such a government that don't have the interest of the poor people. As we speak now, all their words are abroad because they have illegally acquired massive wealth from the people, whereas the people suffer. I will leave it there, my sister. Thank you and God
Thank you
bless.
very much. Thank you, Mr. Brian Maxwell. Thank you so much for that wonderful contribution of yours. Guys, help us to like and share this broadcast if you are yet to do so. And also use the dollar sign to the right in the comment section to support what we do here. If you're new here, if you've not yet subscribed to our platform, please help us to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can always be notified whenever we come on air just like this. Thank you all so much and God bless you. Let's move straight to Mr. Chooks, please. Mr. Chooks, good morning to you. Thank you for joining me today.
Good morning, Kachi. Good morning, fellow panelists and everyone watching us. Kachi, I think say you don't forget me. Oh.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, thank you for the questions you asked to Niger because really, I'm beginning to think to Niger works for somebody in Nigeria. Seriously. Because for him not to question the amount of money being stolen in Nigeria by the same people, and he's questioning ASUU. I heard him say that civil servant and salary has not been increased in the UK. To Niger, you are not the only one living in the UK. Okay, you made it clear that
yes. Has it not? How many times has it been increased? Up to 25%.
To Niger,
please.
We are fighting for another year. To Niger, okay.
Mr. Chooks, please just go straight. It's today's topic.
You have the right to come here and tell people not to be properly educated, and you are still advocating for a better Nigeria. When we are poorly educated, how are you going to get a better Nigeria? I mean, we should start reasoning what we say on this platform because people are listening to us. People are equally listening to us. So let us be mindful of what we say here. Coming to ASUU, I think the students, they are doing great. They're beginning to fight the fight they should have started long ago. Let them block them. Let them stop them from going abroad or coming back. If you are in abroad, live abroad. Don't come back. Because them staying in Nigeria doesn't yield anybody any benefit. How can you allow students to stay home? Look at how much money that we are losing every day from our crude. Is that not enough? P2B have calculated it. 1 month stealing crude can satisfy us. Nobody can come back here and make noise. Let this university, let them give them a free hand. Let them give them the same model they are sending their kids abroad to study under. Right here, they have autonomy. They are free. They dictate how much they can charge. They make the learning environment conducive. Equip the students with knowledge. We don't just come here and talk about ASUU. They're on strike. They are looking for pay. And so what? If that is for the good of our kids, I don't care. I can only attack ASUU if those things they are doing is to bring our students down. But even if these students stayed 1 year at home and get it right, that is the proper thing to do. I've said it here before. Professor Wole Soyinka has said it, that in the 80s, he advised ASUU to go on indefinite strike. Use all the students who are already in the university, ask them to do their service within that 1 year. They did that, and I thought that it was a great idea. They missed that opportunity that time. If they have planned this well, they should have done the same thing now. Let these students who are on board now go to their services, because wasting that 1 year, it is. I think people who have experienced this strike like us can really feel what the impact is having on these kids. It is real. So let us not come here and give excuses of no money. We have abundance. We have a lot of money. Where are the money they are stealing? Let them block the airport. Whoever said that the airport is not nice, Brother Nice, you are too nice. Let them stop them. Let them go to the seaport as well. This is where they're getting the billions. And the students are suffering, sitting at home. Somebody who was supposed to be 5 years in education will be there 7 years. For what? I think I'm calling on parents as well and all well-wishers of education to join them. Because I've said it here before. This government does nothing interests them about education. This is why they are closing school up and down, living insecurity as an excuse. Living insecurity as an excuse. Because if they have done their duty, the insecurity cannot affect school. That is a pure reality we are facing. So let us not come here and defend anybody. The government is 100%. I've said it here yesterday. How can you go to an educational minister work out on students? Work out on students. When I saw that video, I can't imagine me being there. And he walked out on us. Not minding, we've paid our fees. We've done everything. And yet he doesn't care. He doesn't care. The president doesn't care. Our vice president doesn't care. These are the people. Look at our vice president. He doesn't care that the students are at home. Why can't he come down? Go there and negotiate with this ASUU. Talk to them. I mean, it's like, okay, let's say Buhari didn't attend the university. Does that mean that Osibanjo doesn't attend the university? The professor, for that matter. I mean, all these things, Nigeria is, this government is turning Nigeria into jokes. They are turning Nigeria into jokes that we don't understand. Coming to the subsidy, I don't know why we should be hiding mouth to say it's 100%. It's when they say scam, 100% scam. Because as long as something you do does not affect the people, it's a scam. I don't care. It's complete scam. Who are they giving this money? They import that petroleum, they take it out again. Because if what they're saying in the subsidy, how can we be buying petrol officially over 100 naira? It's a total scam, and I don't think we need it. Let Peter Obi or whoever that comes in, right, look where they can use that money they are allocating for a subsidy, put that money into there so that it gets to everybody, not the rich. If they're telling us about subsidy, the market woman doesn't benefit from that. Farmers doesn't benefit from that. Let them put that money elsewhere where everybody can benefit that while we pay our petrol. How much we're supposed to pay for it. I don't care. That is the way it should be. Because right now, 90% of the people who benefit from this subsidy we are talking about is the rich. Nothing more than the rich. There's so many people who don't even use petrol, though they use transport. But is the price down? Who is going to control it? So let them think whoever that is coming must tell us that he need to do away with this subsidy. And doing away with subsidy, I'm not saying just do away with subsidy. He got to bring out a program. This is how they operate this all over the world. This is how they operate this all over the world, because they will see something that cannot benefit everybody. They will change it and bring something that will equally fit everybody. They can put it in our hospitals. They can make local hospitals work for us, free medication. So we are just saying all this because these people, they are in cahoots with each other. They are gangs of criminals. They are gangs of criminals. These current leaders or rulers, we call them. They are gangs of criminals. So did Buhari not say it by himself that it was a fraud? In fact, we should remove, even they should remove that place he called about which government. We just bring out that his statement and put it in front of him, where he's saying this government has failed on his duty, that this subsidy is a fraud. That's the kind of video we should be playing for them today. Because he's not talking to Jonathan's government anymore. This government is the government that is in place now. So we should be playing that every single day for them. Kachi, if you can do that, you do it for us. Every time we come on here, we play that video where he said that fuel subsidy is a fraud. The same thing with the government has failed in his duty to protect the people. All this, we start reminding them about all the nonsense he has said in the past.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, that's fine. I'll do that. Thank you so much, Mr. Chooks, for that contribution right there. I want to say thank you to Mr. Simon. Mr. Simon, thank you so much for the super chat this morning. Thank you so much. God bless you. May your pocket never run dry. I appreciate you. I want to also say thank you to Mr. Kinsley. Mr. Kinsley, thank you so much for the super chat right there. Thank you so much. God bless you. May your pocket never run dry. I really do appreciate every single one of you. God bless you. I'm going to take time out to acknowledge more people on the comment section. But guys, help us to like and share this broadcast if you're yet to do so. Please help us to like and share. Thank you so much, and God bless you. I can see Mr. Classic right there in the comment section. Thank you so much for doing this. Uche, Ginny, I see you too. Thank you so much for doing this with me. Johnson Emmanuel is also right here with us. Tunanja is right here. Mr. Kinsley is also right here with us. Joseph Orji, thank you so much for doing this with me. God bless you again. Thank you for doing it. I see Mr. Michael right there. Thank you so much for joining me today. Samuel Olaka is also right here. Simon is also right here with us. Thank you so much. God bless every single one of you for doing this with us again today. God bless you. We're going to go straight to the next person we have here today. Guys, help us to like and share. And please do not hesitate to use the $ to the right on the comment section. God bless you. And to our amazing viewers watching us from all over the globe, and don't forget to know, thank you guys so much. God bless you all for your continuous love and support to Naija Watch. Mr. Collins, please, you have the floor. Thank you.
Good morning, my lovely sister Kachi, and good morning to my fellow Nigerians and the listeners as well. First, I want to talk about the ASUU. I just want to make some point on that. I remember very well during Buhari 2014 or 2014 thereabout, when Buhari was he granted an interview, he said when it comes to strike that the local administration should deal with it within it's a common thing that a good administration should deal with. They shouldn't waste time. There is no reason why you can't be able to negotiate with us. There is no need. There is no reason that you can't be able to settle whatever issue for students to go back to school. Now, flash it back. This is 8 years now. Buhari government can't even do anything. Now we are getting close to 8 months or 9 months thereabout. Students are still not yet on school. And Buhari government is not doing anything about it. And some people will come at it. I think it's time for us to remove our knowledge. Most of us are like professors or whatever we are, degree holders or whatever we think we are, and be able to face the reality. Because time have come for us to face the reality. What is happening in Nigeria is no longer a child's play. It's no longer a debate issue. This is real. It's real. It's no longer somebody will come out here because you are living far away. You feel don't feel pain that people feel. If you are living far, maybe you don't have relation, you don't have brothers, you don't have sisters, you don't have mother, you don't know how Nigerians are faring. But if you have a relation, you have parents there, you have people there, you understand the pain that everybody is going for because every day people will be calling you for help. If the help is not coming from your own brother, they will see your relation because you have relation, they will be calling for you. But because most of us feel like because we already made, we find ourselves in UK, we now feel like we can now relax and do whatever we want to do and talk whatever we want to talk, just for the sake of talk. People will come out here and be talking because of they have the opportunity to be talking whatever they feel like they can begin to talk. Like Tuna just said here, he mentioned something here. I was just listening to what he was saying here. Now we're talking about soldiers. Tell me in any part of the country that is developing very well that soldiers are at any more salary than the lecturers. There is no part on this planet. There is no part. There is no part on this planet that soldiers are any more than the lecturers. It's only in Nigeria that even lecturers are only more low. Where it's when it comes to education first to any country, education first. You will see lecturers earning more money. Then you keep talking about the 50%, talking about so if how many people want to come out to protest, they have the grant to protest. If the salary that is paying to them is not satisfied to them because they can't come out because they are all compromised. If they feel like they are only earning the same money they are entitled to, trust me, they will come out on the street and protest. Few months ago, police or people come out and protest for it for their own salary. So, and like I keep saying here, that apps to have every right. If it's going to take apps to like 200 years to get it right, let them get it right. I don't want to win at the end of the day, 2 months, they went back again, another 4 months, they come back again. We can't be doing that. We can't be doing all this moving and coming back again. We have to, as in, sort the issue. If this issue is all about let's get it right, we get it right. That is how, if we want Nigeria to function, we have to start getting things right, not trying to maybe negotiating, maybe take biscuit, tomorrow we come back and take corn. We can't be doing that. We have to focus on what we want. We demand what we want. If they are absolutely demanding for some, the reason why they are demanding is not for their own benefit. These are for the benefit of the student. Most of the things they are demanding is not for their own selfish interest, it's for the interest of the Nigerian people, the Nigerian student. They have to at least have, when you come to a learning environment, you have to be a very good learning environment for people to learn. But you go to other federal universities, look at the other federal universities, compared to that London you are, look at how school is there, and look at the school in Nigeria. This is a different thing altogether. So are you telling me that Nigeria are not entitled to have that same school that you are in UK, or the same school that maybe your kids are going in UK? Nigeria people are not entitled to it. Are they not the same human being there? So another thing, we have to start removing whatever we think we know about government, or who, or our own selfish interest, or whatever we think. I am not a politician. I don't wish to become one because I don't like the way Nigeria, even because if you are in Nigeria self, even when it comes to politics, you won't even dream to become a politician because the way they do politics is like they do it the way they feel like is how politics is supposed to be done. So for me, we have to remove our selfish interests, or whatever we think, that we learn, or whatever we think that we know, and start facing the reality as it is now. Nigeria, if it, like the last caller said here, if I'm a Nigeria student, I will start hitting all the whole seaport, every airport, even that refinery, I will start hitting it. Even if it takes us to destroy it, we destroy it, at least to get the government attention. But because people are not doing anything, that is why you see Nigeria government, they don't feel reluctant. But when students start up and start destroying so many things, then you now see Nigeria government start doing so. And somebody will come out and talking about there is no money. Are you telling me there is no money? Look at them, how much Nigeria people are spending. Look at how much Nigerian government are spending every day. Every senators are being paid their money. Every governor, every representative, all of them are being paid their money every month. But why, when it comes to student, when it comes to lecturer, their own is a different thing. When it comes to our civil servant, is a different ballgame. It's time for us to start coming as and face the reality. The level Nigeria is now is a different thing altogether. That is why you see everybody on the street are crying for it. Everybody is coming out because it's paining everybody. It's no longer like it's paining other people now. It's now general. And another thing again about what P2B is talking about, the crude of this subsidy of 18. Buhari himself, he said it's a scam. Buhari himself said it's a scam. So he knows it's a scam. The government knows that all this subsidy is a scam. I like the interview P2B, the lecture he had yesterday. I was watching the interview. P2B have started talking about the way I want him to start speaking. He have started that aggressive now. He have begin to speak that aggressive. I told you that when campaign started, people will start changing that. You see his tongue start changing. And most of the things he speak there, you now see the area, the direction that P2B is coming from. All those software subsidy need to be removed because first subsidy haven't been able to favor me for one day. Most of us, about 80% of Nigeria, subsidy is not favoring them. 80% of Nigerian citizens, subsidy is not favoring them. So since it's not favoring Nigerian citizens, you have to remove it and put it for something meaningful. Like the last caller said there, even if it's hospital, even if it's education, put it there where it will favor people. You can't be putting in things that favor the if or at the end of this subsidy is only benefiting the rich people, not the poor masses. And the people that requested this thing is the poor people that this thing is supposed to be favored more than the rich people. But when it comes to Nigeria, everything must be the rich. Everything must be the rich. Everything must be the rich. The rich will keep getting richer, while the poor people keep going down. So why must it be like that in a country like Nigeria? Other countries they have poor people, but their poor people is not like the way it is in Nigeria. You won't even identify who is poor and who is not who is rich in Nova Sea. It's difficult for you to identify. But when it comes to Nigeria, it's easy for you to identify somebody who is poor and who is rich because of how the politicians have made people to look like they have decided to make Nigeria people to begin to look down on themselves so that they will keep enriching themselves. And I think this 2023 election, at least a lot of people are waking up from their slumber. People are beginning to know that they have their voice. They can make a change. Before a lot of people don't go out to vote, but now they believe that if I can vote, that my vote can go a long way. So people are coming out for it. And what is happening in Nigeria, look at the whole rally that is happening all the whole Nigeria. Shows you how serious Nigeria want to take their country back. And I believe all this talk that people are too Niger, I keep saying it here, and I won't change my mind. I asked you first, the first day I met you, I said, are you a politician? You keep dodging that question. You keep dodging that question that you are not a politician, you are not a politician. But everything you keep speaking about is all about politics, 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 politics. I was watching you at the night, Wazobia. I was looking at your comment on Wazobia. Everything you are saying is everything about politics. Can you remove politics for a second? At least talk about the issue of Nigeria. Issue what concerns Nigeria. Remove politics apart. Just politics for a second. Remove politics apart and talk about the issue that affect Nigerian citizens. We're not talking
Okay.
about politics here. We are talking about issues that affect Nigerians. So when it comes to politics, we can talk about that. But now, all we are talking about, let's talk about the issue that affect Nigeria. Can you once in your life remove your political ambition or whatever you want to do? Just keep it for one side and don't talk about the issue that concerns Nigeria citizens. That's my own take on this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Collins, for that contribution right there. I want to say thank you to Mr. Simon once again for the super chat today. And also thank you to Mr. Kingsley for the super chat. And of course, Mr. Joseph Oji, thank you so much for the super chat today. God bless you all. May your pocket never run dry. We really do appreciate every single one of you. And to the wonderful people in the comment section, you guys have been amazing today. Thank you so much. And our panelists, we always learn from you guys every single day. Thank you guys so much. God bless you all. And to our amazing viewers watching us from all over the globe, you guys have been amazing. Thank you so much. Please help us to hit the notification bell so you can be notified whenever you come on air like this. And please subscribe to our platform. Tell a friend to tell another friend about Ninja Watch. And also, guys, help us to like and share this broadcast. Please like and share because these messages cannot just be heard by you and I. We want the messages to go viral. We want people to hear what we talk here every single day. So help us to like and share. I can see Michael Okere on the comment section. Thank you so much. For joining us today, Uche Gini, Joseph Oji. Thank you guys so much for doing this with us again today. God bless every single one of you. We're going to take one last person, the progressives. After that, we're going to be giving our closing remark. Thank you guys so much and God bless you. The progressives, please go ahead and make your contribution. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, Kashi. How are you doing?
Good morning to you, sir. I'm doing very well, and you?
Yeah, well, thank God. Sorry, I'll be following up. I just like say let me join you before you guys short before you close for the day.
What did you say, sir, please?
Oh, sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Please go
Yeah, I said
ahead.
I've been following you guys up. I just say let me quickly join you before you close.
Okay, please go ahead and make your submission. Do you have any contribution, please?
Oh yeah, regarding the ASUU issue, can you hear me properly?
The
We can hear
progressive,
you. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
please
We
go
can hear
ahead.
you.
I can hear you. The progressives, we can hear you, please. Go
Oh,
ahead and
so
make your submission.
okay. So I think my network is just fluctuating. I said regarding the ASU issue, it's in my own opinion, I think it's come to that point now where the federal government need to just get out of out of the university education. In Nigeria, most of the universities are not federal universities. A lot of them are state universities and private universities. The idea that federal government today is still involved in tertiary education first of all, kind of running a university education. I think that is not good. One, the country, they don't have the financial resources to fund or universities educations. So what they need to do is allow those universities to become autonomous. Let them run themselves. University education in most cases are choices people make, so you don't really need a university education to become something in life. So it is a choice that you make. So if universities want to, they should make this university autonomous. Let them charge, let them run themselves. If you feel like you want to be a more like a progressive government, then you can create like a grant system for students to afford themselves. But this idea that ASU strike, ASU strike, it's been going on for years and years, and different government come in and out. It's still the same problem. So why not change what you are doing? It's only Nigeria that I've seen that they will do something, the thing is not working, they keep doing the same thing. It doesn't make sense. You have to change. You have to look for alternative. You have to look for other ways to do things. When one system is not working, you change it. And the idea that these students are going to protest and that will change anything, it won't change anything. There will not be miraculous money is not going to come out from one place to resolve the issue. I think what the government need to do now is to bring everything onto the table and say, look, this is it now. We can no longer afford to run universities. Then create a body and then make these universities autonomous. All of us live in the Western world. Majority of us live in the Western world. How many countries do you go to where government are in charge of universities? I don't really think it does. It exists. So our government need to fall in line with normal practice across the Western world. So I would say that the issue of subsidies that you guys was talking about, I think the to say it's what word did you use for it?
That is an
Organized
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 crime.
crime. Okay, I wouldn't say it's an organized crime, but it's there's a lot of fraud going on in that system, and I think what is almost like a cash out system for any government that come into office, because what they will tell you is that we are going to abolish it, but when they come into office, them themselves, they will find out that it is a way for them to also steal money for themselves. It's almost a way for them to steal money unaccountable for themselves. So they all keep, every government that comes in, they will all keep it. I think removing subsidies is going to be very difficult because let us be honest with ourselves. In a nation like Nigeria, where the minimum wage is 30,000 around, the pay in even public sectors is not that high. So imagining if you were to sell petrol for like 3 or 4 or 500 naira a liter, so it just affects everything. The price of goods, the price of food, the price of services, everything just goes 300% up. So we can't afford to do that right now. But what the government can do is to look for a different way. So, okay, stop subsidizing people that are importing the product into the country, because most of them, they divert it out, or they divert it on their way to the country, to one of some of those West Africa countries. Some of them don't even bring anything in, and they still claim subsidies for it. So if look for a different way to subsidize it. If you want to start subsidizing petrol stations owners, people that own filling stations, say, okay, you that are importing it, go and import it, sell it at whatever price you want to sell it to the petrol station owners. So we will subsidize those people that own filling stations that are actually supplying motorists inside the country, so that when you want to claim subsidies, you will have a registered petrol station that the federal government can track to say, okay, this is your petrol station. So if you commit any fraud, they will come down and seize your petrol station. So I don't know. These things, our government, all of same with the issue of ASU. This subsidies issue has been going on for years and years and years. The same thing, they haven't even tried to say, okay, what can we do differently? And that is the problem with Nigeria. They do the same thing, and the thing is not working. They never change. Thank you very much, my sister.
Thank you very much, sir. I think your last part, I got that. Keep doing the same thing now. Each time you're expecting a different result. Okay, thank you so much for that wonderful contribution of yours. I see the finest of all, Irene Finest. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Yes, Ima is just a little bit under the weather, but she will be back pretty soon. I'm just here filling in for her. Thanks for asking, anyways. Thanks to everyone who participated on our morning show today. God bless every single one of you. I appreciate you guys for your continuous love and support. Soon, Ninja Watch. God bless you. I don't know who spoil. Thank you so much, and God bless you guys. To our lovely viewers and the amazing panelists, thank you guys so much. And to the wonderful people on the comment section, thank you guys. I appreciate every single one of you. God bless you all. God bless you. Okay, guys, we're going to be taking our closing remark right now before we end up the show. And I'm going to be starting with Mr. Kennedy. Please, you have 1 minute to make your closing remark. Thank you very much. Mr. Kennedy, please, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, viewers and co-panelists. My closing remark is going to be section on the ASU. My brother told Naja, I think he's not getting it very correctly, because we cannot be blaming ASU for the agreement that was jettisoned by the federal government. If you reach an agreement, you have to honor the agreement so that there will not be problem. I don't think ASU envisage being on strike or being at home for 8 months. I think their intention was to embark on the strike so that the federal government will adhere to their promises. But look at it, it keeps lingering, so we don't have to blame ourselves, because these people, they have their livelihood too. They have to take care of their family. Look at what the federal government started saying, that no work, no pay. So look at the federal government. Are they even working? They are not working. I don't see anything they are doing. So the federal government should honor their promises and do the needful. But the subsidy, like somebody just said, if the subsidy is removed, there might be problems because people might not be able to afford it. The fact is, our refineries are not working. They just intentionally stop the refineries from working so that they can be importing these fuels from abroad and be paying these subsidies to themselves, because the names of people receiving this, or the companies of receiving these subsidies, are not known to the entire public. I think that's where the problem is. If they are going to stop the subsidy, first of all, let them freeze the refinery. Let the refinery start working. If a particular person, a single person, Dangote, can build a refinery, how come the federal government cannot be? You just Google it. How many refineries do you have in Japan? I think they are probably more than 100. These people, they don't have petroleum. So if countries like this can have a lot of they refine and sell to other countries, and Nigeria that has petroleum has no refiner, has no functioning refinery. It's a taboo. So let me not take too much of your time, because it's 1 minute. Thank you very much. That is my latest submission.
Thank you. It's a big taboo. It's a very, very big taboo, Mr. Kennedy. I support you on that. It's a big taboo. Thank you so much for that contribution right there. Let's move straight to Mr. Tunaija, please. You have 1 minute to make your closing remark. Mr. Tunaija,
So,
please. You have
yeah, thank you for having me. As you can see, I provided what I'm talking about, and this information, I just pulled it up while we're having this discussion. This is not rocket science, and this is why some people, when they talk, they seem like they are anarchists or traumatized people that don't want to make sense of what they are talking about. Because look at the UK now. Average salary in the UK is about 38,000, while minimum salary for lecturers is around 51,000.
Do
Very
you
close.
think, Mr. Tunaija, do you think if the UK government treats its citizens the way Nigerian government treats its citizens, do you think it will not be a worse situation? Do you think it will be the
Of course,
same?
it will be a worse situation, but the point I'm making is
Exactly.
that
So
why
based
you
on
see
that,
why do
I
people don't
think
want
you
to make
understand.
sense? You have to go by the numbers. You either follow like for like, because everybody lives in the same UK country, and if your average salary is 38,000 and their lecturers is earning 51,000, while in Nigeria average salary is 1,000, while the lecturers are earning about 130,000
What
as a
are the
minimum.
senators earning in Nigeria? What are the governments
Oh,
earning in Nigeria? What are the
but
ministers earning in
But
Nigeria?
my point is that the Nigerian one, we're already compensating lecturers more than the average salary that they do in the UK. In other words, we are already giving them twice the kind of UK's lecturers get as their minimum salary. I just told you 38,000 for UK average salary, 51,000 for lecturers minimum salary. But in Nigeria, 42,000 versus 130,000. That's what we are talking about here. And these lecturers are paralyzing the country while the UK one is not. It should tell you something, because you have to go for life. It has to be fair. Because if you look at soldiers now, they are any less than lecturers, but they are dying in the process of their job. We have to be fair here. And I'm not saying the politicians are free. The politicians are actually more damned than I'm saying. But the reason why I'm saying this is because on the other side of the ledger, nobody's holding them accountable. They are going on strike and still getting paid. A very damaging behavior. You can't keep going on strike and keep getting paid. It's an incentive to go on more strikes. It's common sense. How can you reward somebody for not working? Anybody that does that, I will keep going on strike. I will find every excuse to go on strike. And every other workplace you go to, if you don't like the job you are doing, what do you normally do? You quit. But this one, the whole country hostage, and not only the whole country actually, because most of the country, the only people that are actually holding hostage are poor people's children from going to universities. Who do you think? Why do you think the politicians don't care? Because it doesn't affect them. Why do you think many of the lecturers don't care? Because it doesn't affect them. Because most of these people are middle class already. But the people that it's affecting, nobody's keeping an eye on them. And all these people claim that they care for the people, but they don't care about the people that this thing is actually affecting.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Tunaija. Let's move straight to Mr. Vine. Mr. Vine, please, you have the floor for the next 1 minute. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I will also stand on the existing protocol. Don't let anybody smooth talk you into believing that Nigeria has no money. When you are comparing the salary structure of an average British worker, a lecturer, and that of a Nigerian, there are so many things that you factor in. The purchasing power, inflation, and other things. There are so many things that UK, in fact, I think I was there for few months when I was returning from Barbados. I look at what the system they operate there is different from what is obtainable in Nigeria. I don't think Nigeria should be comparing themselves with South Africa, not UK. Not UK. Nobody should smooth talk you into believing that Nigeria has no money. These people, they know what they are doing. The government of the day knows what they are doing. They know what they are doing. That is why they are keeping your education on the ground. That is why they fail to obey and keep to the agreement they signed with these people. If it is in a same word, in a same climb, the lecturer should have been taking the Nigerian government to court of arbitration. They should have been taking them to court of arbitration because they failed to uphold the agreement they signed. And whose agreement, on whose benefit are these agreements? To the common man. To the common man. It is the responsibility of the government to protect the common man in terms of education and other infrastructure, security, and whatever. So we shouldn't come here and make excuses for them. They have the money. Just wait. Let Niger come and beg them for money now. You see money will come from nowhere and they will be giving it to them. You will be looking at them, dashing them that money, and nobody will talk here. Thank you and God bless you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Vine, for that contribution right there. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Chooks. Mr. Chooks, please, you have 1 minute to make your closing remark. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. It's when an educational minister or someone working for government says that a university is not for everybody, you know what they mean. They just don't want to educate the kids, because he has no right whatsoever to pronounce that. In UK, where I'm living, there's what is called hands-on, right? Those who cannot, who their ability is not to go to university, they go through college and learn a trade as an apprentice. Okay? And the Tunaija who is saying this there. So he's happy that the average Nigerian workers is taking 30,000 home. That is what he's comparing. I think Tunaija doesn't even know what is the meaning of education. He seems to be educated, but he doesn't know the meaning of education. He's comparing somebody who trained you as an engineer, comparing somebody who trained you as a pilot, and you are questioning his salary. In fact, I don't know what to tell him. This is unbelievable. And this is why I've not said this kind of thing before. Nigeria should tell us who is working for. Because I don't believe he's working, he's even praying for good of Nigeria. Probably when Nigeria is better, he will lose his source of earnings. That's how I'm seeing Nigeria right now. Because for him to say that university lecturers here are collecting 50-something thousand, while the average is 30-something thousand, measuring the gap. Who is to make the gap stable for the Nigerian workers? Is it not the same government? What has the government been doing? So if lecturers knows what they want and they are demanding it, it's a crime. To Nigeria, do your research before you come to talk to people. Like Mr. H has said it. I don't know, the last speaker who speak before he start giving one minute. He has said it all. There's nowhere in the world the government controls their education. Come to talk even more of the universities. They get what they call trust that organize and fund this education. And Nigeria is coming here to tell us how it works. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chooks. Thank you very much. Since you spent a better part of your time addressing Mr. Tunanja, thank you very much, Mr. Chooks, for your contribution right there. Let's move straight to Mr. Collins, please. Mr. Collins, you have 1 minute to make a submission. Thank you.
Thank you for having me back. Like Mr. Tunanja said, you're talking about UK and Nigeria. Like Mr. Vin talk about here, we talk about, look at the people, the cost of living in UK. Even most of the civil servants in UK, most of them have a house mortgage, most of them have hospital insurance, health insurance. Tell me how many people in Nigeria, civil servants in Nigeria, that have a health insurance. Most of them don't even have it. So when you look at where all these things we are coming from, you now begin to say, okay, this is money that's equal. And most of all, at least you have to check the cost of living in Nigeria. Somebody that's earning 30,000 in Nigeria, just tell me how that person will survive with the level. A bag of rice is about 30,000 or something. Then check how the transport, everything in Nigeria is very expensive. So tell me how a person is going to live with that kind of amount. But in UK, you look how everything has been functioning in UK. Look at the bus, look at everything, how cost of living is in UK than is in Nigeria. At least in Nigeria, average people in Nigeria, you have to like get your own apartment, everything. But most offices in UK, they have accommodation for their workers. But it's not like in Nigeria. So sometimes when you talk about how you live in UK, I keep imagining how you live or the kind of work you do in UK. But one thing I know for sure, you are working for somebody, a politician, or you are a politician, or you are benefiting from this government until you begin to embrace it and begin to honor what you have been aiming from this government. That is when I begin to value everything you say. But for me, you are working for this government and you can't deny it. You cannot deny it because everything you've been talking about is politics. You must bring politics in anything we have, every conversation. Always politics, always politics. Can't you be straight for once? Just talk about how Nigerians are feeling. That's what I need from you. Just make it how Nigerians are feeling. Don't you have relations in Nigeria or don't you have friends in Nigeria? Come on.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Collins, for that contribution right there. Let's move straight to the progressives, please. The progressive, you have the floor for the next 1 minute. Thank you.
Kachi, thank you very much. I just want to quickly address some issues first. First of all, I will address my brother, Mr. Tunaija. When we come here, the choice of language matters a lot. When we make submission, we cannot be using language such as people are not making sense. So making sense is not autonomous to any individual. It's just perception or as to your own personal opinion and how you put opinion across as well. And then my second, the second submission again is this. This idea that when somebody have a different opinion from you, then it means that they are working for the government or they are being paid by somebody. I don't like it. You can't expect Nigeria to be on your side or to say he didn't come here to tell you what you want to hear. He is entitled to his own opinion. He's a man of independent mind, and we should be grown enough to accept other people's opinion. Or even if you don't accept it, you need to understand that everybody have their right to come here and express themselves and put information the way they see it. You might agree with that person, you might not agree with that person, but to start accusing people without any proof to say that they are either being paid by somebody or they are working for this government. My brother, that I don't like that. It is not a way to debate issues. It doesn't promote anything good about us. So we have to accept that we are all here with different ideas, with different opinions. So I just hope next time we learn to respect other people's opinion when we're on the debate platform. Thank you very much, my sister.
All right, thank you. Well said, Mr. Progressive. Thank you. I also do support what you just said right now. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. I mean, that's what Ninja Watch stands for, right? People come here to air their voices and all of that. But amidst that, we do not accept insult or foul language or calling anybody any ugly names. So thank you for putting that out, the progressives. Thank you, guys. Thanks to everyone who participated on our show today, Mr. Kennedy, to Ninja, the progressives, Mr. Chooks, Mr. Collins, every single body that was present today. Mr. Van Maxwell was also right here with us on screen. Thank you very much. And to the wonderful people in the comment section, I can see Chidi, Osi, Unjoku. I see you right there. Thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate every single one of you for doing this with me. Do not hesitate to join us 5 p.m. Nigerian time today for our discussion, and Mondays through Saturdays 10 a.m. Nigerian time for a newspaper headline review, just like the one we're having right now. Thank you so much and God bless you. 6 p.m. Nigerian time every Friday for our debate. Thank you, guys. God bless you all for your continuous love and support. I appreciate every single one of you. My name is Kachi. Thank you so much for joining me. This is me saying bye and peace out.